know that God confused the languages at Babel, and he scattered all the tribes and all the peoples all over the place, and they all have little pieces of the Antichrist spirit or the Antichrist doctrine. They all have little pieces of it. And sometimes those pieces match together. They all worship a sun god. They all worship a fertility goddess. They all have this concept of a dying God who is slain and is in the underworld, and he is scheduled to be brought back again from the pit and so on. But this, and when God dispersed everybody, scattered them by tribes, scattered them by languages, and then scattered them by, in the days of Peleg, the earth was divided. So you have the western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. He scattered them all over the place, and they all had little pieces of this mystery doctrine. Ergo, they all had little pieces of this concept of the dying God who's like a bird. That shows you that he's a spirit, and he is cast down into the flames, and he is going to rise again, or has risen again, and that's how he regenerates himself. In the closing ceremony of the 2012 London Olympics, they featured the rise of the phoenix from the flames and from the ashes. And Elise Bailey wrote, "The masters of wisdom will restore upon earth the ancient mysteries and institute again the order of initiation." And I want you to think about what initiation is. When you join a fraternity, you're initiated. Okay, thank you, sir. May I have another? When you join other such clubs, masonry, oddfellows, things like that, there is an initiation. The word initiate means to get it started. Okay, this is the initial thing that we're doing. All right, we're going to initiate this person's membership and so on. Bailey says that there is going to come a time, we're going to restore the ancient mysteries, but we have to initiate everybody into it. I think that, you've heard me talk about this before, about a fire baptism coming. I think that is what this is referring to. I think there's going to be an initiation performed on the entire world that's going to bring them to the point where they're going to restore the mystery religion and the god of that mystery religion, which is the Antichrist, symbolized by the phoenix. Here's another image of it. Something that is turned to ashes, fire and ashes, and a new something rising up in its place. Isn't it interesting that they did not rebuild the Twin Towers? Those were turned to ashes. Now we have something entirely new rising up out of it that's 1,776 feet tall. It's supposed to represent the year of the Declaration of Independence. Could it not also represent May 1st, 1776, when Adam Weishaupt formed the Order of Perfectibilists, when he formed the Illuminati? Okay, but you see the concept. The old was brought down to ash. And by the way, this building, let's go back here. This building, the Twin Towers, remember how old it was? They started steel construction in 1968. In 2001, they brought it down. What does that tell you? 33 years. And it turns to ashes, and a new one rises up in its place. Here's a magazine cover. I've seen this for years. The Economist. This goes back into, I think, the 90s or early 90s, late 80s, something like that. Get ready for a world currency. Notice the number 10. Notice the fleur-de-lis, the crown on top of this phoenix. Phoenix, the euro, is seen rising out of the ashes of American dollars. Wait a minute, that's our money. Yeah. You see, we know, we're conspiracy theorists. We think there's UFOs and Bigfoots walking around everywhere, and we think they're going to turn the world into a new world order and have a world currency, and all of our money's going to be worthless. Bingo. Because you cannot replace a single world currency. You cannot bring in a single world currency because you have all these competing currencies out there. Here's what you got to do. You got to make them worthless. You got to make them worth absolutely nothing. So when people are, they've got all this cash money laying around in American dollars, and the economy burns to ashes, and all of that money is absolutely no good, then out of those ashes you can have a new currency. They want all of the nations of the world to unite together. They want a new world order. Okay? You can't get that right now because we're all competing with one another. We all go to the Olympics and try to outrun, outswim, outjump, outdance, outthrow everybody at the Olympics. We have wars going on all over the place. We have competing nations, and nobody wants to be one. So what you got to do is you got to burn down all of those things so out of the ashes can come a world government. You're going to have a world religion. Okay? Get ready for that one. Get ready for there's going to be a world religion. It's already, the elements of it are already there. It's in place. It's just waiting for a catalyst to ignite all of the other religions on fire, burn them thoroughly so they're nothing but ashes. I think, I don't know what it is, where it is, when it is, or what. I think there's something covered up, buried somewhere, that when it's revealed, it is literally going to change the mind. There's going to be a paradigm shift in the thinking of every person on this planet except Bible believers. And it's literally going to change the religious concepts of everyone on the earth. I think some people already know what it is. I think they're hiding it. I think they're keeping it. Okay? I know there's a conspiracy. I know it from the scriptures. I know it. Okay? Mystery Babylon always tries to keep him covered up so that he's not revealed. Even 2 Thessalonians 2 tells us that he is going to be revealed in his time. And so, in order to have one single world religion where everybody in the world is worshiping the beast, you have got to destroy all of the other religions. And some people speculate, what if UFOs landed? Ronald Reagan said, what if our world came under attack by aliens from space? He said that to the UN, and we're going, where did he get that from? Think about it. I mentioned that this concept is already, you see it, the fall and rise of Hiram Abiff in the Masonic Lodge. Here you have a reenactment in the Catholic Church. It's called Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday is when they put ashes, a mark on your forehead. Think about it. And that occurs exactly 46 days from Easter. Dun, dun, dun. 46, number of human chromosomes. 46 words that the serpent speaks to Eve in Genesis chapter 3. 46 words that they speak in Genesis 11 concerning, go to, let us build. Go to, let us do this. 46 words exactly. Okay? Where's that temple of God? We're headed in that direction. Not only in our study of the scriptures, but with all these religious concepts, they're all going to put the pieces together one of these days to form this new God that they've got. Okay? The idea is that all mankind has this little piece of this dying God in them. All right? And one of these days, man's going to rise, get all the ashes, is going to come up out of the ashes, and this God is going to be restored to his former glory. That's what Revelation 17 says. He was and is not and yet shall be, and he'll go into perdition. All right? So that's the mythology part of it. All right? He says that the man's body is the tomb of this God. Matthew 23. Remember what Jesus said about the scribes, the Pharisees, the hypocrites? That on the outside they appeared nice and white and clean. They were like whited sepulchres that looked nice on the outside, but inwardly they were full of what? Dead man's bones. Paul said, in me, that is in my flesh, Romans 7, he said, there dwelleth, literally dwelleth, no good thing. And so with the initiation of mankind, just like that phoenix symbol, with the initiation of mankind, passing through the fire, out of the ashes comes the new man, the transhuman, and out of that comes the phoenix rising again. The world we're living in right now, this Bible is coming to life right in front of our very eyes. Read it, meditate on it, study on it, pray about it. If you got questions, ask God. God will give you, He'll give you so many answers. The only place in the whole Bible where it says God is liberal is He'll give wisdom liberally to you. I think it's in the book of James. Get in this Word, people. Okay? Get in this Word and God will show you the truth. It's good to be with you. I got to run. You've sat here and listened to me long enough. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.